it so that it's hanging down in the back, and then you're gonna come around here. And then I'll probably want that. And then I gotta make a note here. Do I have?
You just need up on this.
So you've
Do
got
that
about
too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good
18
idea, 'cause
inches
I
or 2 feet
forget
in the
so
back on each
quickly.
side?
Me too.
No, but I think Fanny's side is shorter.
It is, that's what I was wondering too.
I can, no problem, no worries. Forget I'm here.
Okay, you're pulling mine, so.
Okay, give me a little more, Alpana.
Yeah.
I need some more.
You can take as much as you want. Some more?
A little more.
So
I'd rather have more.
Okay.
Okay,
Is that enough?
that's enough. So you can cut right there. So then you're gonna get your string. Your
Dental floss.
dental
Waxed
floss.
only, waxed only. Preferably not mint. Sandalwood flavor.
Okay, and then you're gonna, in the middle, you're going to make a knot. And I like to make it a couple times so that the flow is,
So what they told us at convocation was it's better not to use 2 strands and tie them with a knot. They feel that that's not as strong as using one complete circular strand and knotting it.
it makes it so much easier too. After I started doing it, I was like, oh gosh, cause sometimes tying the
Yes.
two together, and you lose the flowers.
That's how I used to do, I just don't know how you are.
I do too. I had a measurement of each side, so and then I tie.
You
with the
used to do
same
like
side.
this?
Not like this.
No, me too, I used to do
Mhm.
the
I-
two
I
of them and
yeah.
then tie.
Yeah,
I get the flowers, count them, put them all in the design that I want,
exactly.
and then string them together.
Right.
Yes, yes.
And they've never once fallen apart, so it's clear you can do it either way.
yeah,
I mean,
you can.
So, yeah.
Well, the thing with this is, if 2 people are doing it,
Yeah, this way it
it,
is.
I think so.
it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so, we'll put that down, so, and what you said, Padmadra Alpana, you're going to make your row of flowers before you put it on. So this is where we make the design. Now the first one, the first two carnations that will be facing each other, you wanna cut it really tight to there. You don't need any stem.
No.
Then the rest of them, you're gonna have a little bit of a stem, cause it's gonna get pushed in the middle. you
So
want-
how much of a stem beyond the bud at the bottom?
So about that much.
So like
It'll
half
go
an inch?
in. So it'll go in.
You wanna cut
See?
one and show us
Yep.
where?
So, is the first one gonna be white?
So at the bottom,
We wanted 2 white ones, and we
well,
wanted.
this is gonna be white, so maybe color here.
Okay.
Maybe one in the center.
So,
and color.
we're gonna want one, okay, facing out, so I'm gonna see how I'm cutting this
Very close, up for this
Yeah.
one right here?
This one is going to be
Right here.
a little bit different though. It's gonna go in the side. 'Cause this is
So it'll lie flat.
Yeah, so what colors do we want on either side? You want purple, you want orange on either side of this one for the base?
Let's see.
Maybe the orange? for
Yes,
the-
I
Okay,
think 2 orange.
2 orange. 1, 2. So these are also gonna be cut close, because they're going to come together close to there. So,
Do you sometimes poof out the,
oh, you're gonna poof out.
you're gonna do that
Oh,
one?
you're gonna. But this one, yeah, we're gonna poof that out after, but this one here, so we're gonna get a needle, put one on each end.
Do you have a particular size needle that you think is best?
Well, you know what? Sometimes the thinner ones are better, but these things are very important if you don't have a real long needle, because you use this to pull. I'll show you. There, the one. So, all right, so I'm going to use this one. So this one is going to be at the very bottom. So I'm going to put this one through here. Okay, because this one is going to be, the other two are, it's going to be the center. It's going to end, and we'll cut that after. So that's going to be out like that. Now, this one here, okay, this is when you do the, I'm still not comfortable killing it. No. Then you're gonna push that up. Now, if this, I can pull that, but if, you know, your fingers aren't, it's all, a lot of times it slips. So a lot of times I just take that.
That's an awesome idea.
Works so much easier.
Now Sharon, on both sides, on either side, you want the flowers going upward, is that correct?
Upward.
Yes, so that's something you might not know. So on each side, the flower itself is gonna be in this position rather than like this. So they're all going like this.
That's with this one. No.
With this
That's why
particular
you're
one
cutting
that
them.
we're
so-
doing
That's why you're
today.
cutting them so close.
You know, you never know. Okay, I can get this one. So this is gonna be at the bottom. So you're gonna have something like this.
That's so pretty.
Okay?
Yes.
So that, now, okay, what you're gonna do is, we're gonna decide on a design. So now, Annie, you wanted some white first?
Yes, so white on the two bottom sectors.
Okay,
maybe
so
up
I'm gonna
to-
let-
Maybe up to about here.
let you-
Sharon.
Yep.
Here in white.
What we'll do is we can constantly measure and play with this. So if people wanna try cutting some flowers,
And where do we cut
we
these?
wanna cut them, I'd say maybe a thumb,
A thumb away from the,
The bottom.
thumb away from the bottom,
okay.
okay?
Let's give some scissors down, and
Yeah.
there are plenty of whites, so everybody.
So should I start to lay it down, lay it out?
And lay it out, and here's some more.
Thank you.
And they usually ask for two, but if more people show up, it's helpful because then there's somebody, the first time I went, all I did was pick up garbage while I watched them, you know, and then,
You're an apprentice.
You wanna
I
help
was
put them
an-
down this
I'm
side?
still an
Let them know?
apprentice.
But that's what apprentices do.
Right. And it makes it so much easier.
So how much
because-
white do we want? How far up?
So we're probably gonna use all the white, so we're not gonna have too many,
So you
because we're
can,
gonna have 4 sectors of white.
When you lay them down, do you put them like close to each other
oh,
or
we're gonna put them real close.
Yeah.
Yeah, this,
Like
don't worry
that?
about this now, they're
think,
gonna,
like,
they're
When
all
you push
going.
them down,
yeah.
then you can put more on.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
I think have them like
And
live on
there's
top of
one
each other like this.
person,
So we'll do
there's,
all the
That's
white.
okay.
there's one person that goes around and crushes it more. There's always one, you think you got it crushed and she'll come,
I just wanna make sure I'm doing it
the
right.
crusher.
Like right about there, right?
So what
Yeah, yeah.
Sharon explained to me was that, in California, what they usually do is they make the whole garland the day before, they attach it to the picture, and then they put it in the flower refrigerator, and it hangs up overnight, so that what the day of the service is just taken, I just take it and just put it. So at this point, we don't have the facility to do that, but that's one of the reasons why it's so important in California that these flowers not compress more overnight, and we don't want gravity to be starting to separate them. But here in Boston, it's not quite so important yet. Someday when we do have our flower situation more like theirs, maybe that will factor in, but, you know, I don't think we have to compress quite as hard as they do.
No, during 2020, they'll probably want to compress it more because the garlands might be up longer.
But But it really is shocking how well the carnations hold up despite the amount of compression they get.
Carnations are so hardy.
It's amazing, absolutely
It's
amazing.
marigolds and mums, all three of them I see hold up well.
Really well.
Yes.
So it's the marigolds, the mums, and the carnations that
Yes.
hold up the best and hold their position.
And they're easy for the needle to, if you try roses,
Harder.
The roses
Yeah.
do hold up though.
yes, they do.
But
It's
Alpana,
amazing.
so Alpana, do you find it's hard to get the needle through?
I don't think so, but I have this one,
we-
something similar.
Yep.
That
So you pull it?
the needle.
Do we wanna do
I
some
don't
color
need
here?
that,
'Cause
but
this
I
might
have
be
those,
his eyes.
plastic thing that
Level.
we use to open jars or something.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I have one for my flower box.
Uh-huh.
You can
That
buy
comes out.
rubber things too,
Yeah.
I
like
use
in
Yeah,
the
rubber
store,
things,
for
that's
people
right.
that do
Yeah. I
like
use
collation,
these
collating,
Yes.
you know,
For
for
roses.
Yes.
the old days.
Because the stem is definitely harder on the rose.
Yes.
But you're saying there's a way to work it so it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
really much of a
As
problem.
long as you can see
These.
the tip of the needle,
Yes.
I use then, sometimes it comes out with my finger.
Yeah.
But if not, I use that plastic or
But
rubber
the-
thing,
this
like
is-
gloves.
Yeah, that
Yes.
is very good.
This
Yes.
is better,
This
and
is
this is
better,
what we
yeah.
used in, because they were using roses and Encinitas because the carnations were so expensive. So I kept thinking of Alpana.
Do we wanna add color now, or do you wanna keep it white?
Yes, so that's a good idea. So,
How
yes,
many
why don't we do, why don't we get
Count on
some
each side?
purples and some oranges?
What we'll do, we'll play with it.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, yes.
Those are
Yeah.
so
They're gonna go
neat.
continuously.
Whoa, we're good. Look
They're
at
like
us.
pliers.
Pliers, okay.
Needlepoint pliers.
Needle
These
point
are called
pliers, that's right.
needlepoint pliers.
Needle nose.
And,
Needle nose.
Needle nose.
Needle
Oh,
nose.
yeah, there we go. That's-
and they use these in Encinitas a lot.
And we find that in hardware.
Yes.
stores.
Yep.
Yeah, because that needle,
home.
because that needle, when you're doing roses, it's right there.
It's like,
And it's,
I got poked so many times.
yes, so these are,
If we do, I don't know where they are offhand, maybe upstairs.
Too long.
Probably, yeah. You wanna get 'em?
see, when you have a lot of.
But I'm sure my thumb is the normal thumb
Yeah, so
range.
we've got all these colors and we're gonna experiment. This is
Yeah.
not gonna be the way it's gonna be. This
Want me
is
to
just
change
a
this
starting,
now?
yes. Yes, so in this section, we're gonna put some color, but I don't know what we're gonna do yet.
No,
And I'm open to your thoughts on it, actually.
and want some red,
I
yeah.
never
So
really
the
noticed
reds-
that they were
So the reds
different.
aren't.
I thought they were a pattern, you know?
And we're gonna
I
create
do
our
the
pattern.
reds,
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
like,
Reds
you know,
and
each person would chase
oranges.
6 red roses, 5 what, 6, and then it would go around, but that the whole, that it was all, you know, the same, it wasn't about being, I didn't know that it was.
It can be, some of the garlands are exactly like that, where it's just a continuous pattern of
Yes.
6 of this, 6 of that, or whatever.
That-
But for some of the garlands, it's more like this, where you have sections of one color and then you have focal points. But I think what I'm learning is there are a million different ways to do this, and there's no one right way.
So you don't
No,
have
there's
to-
no rule.
You don't have
There's
to
no
have
rule.
it be around the eye and all.
No, but I thought that made a lot of sense.
That's what Mother Center likes.
The focus on Darshan looking in Master's eye, so that made sense to me. The other thing that made sense to me, just from a flower point of view, not a garland point of view, is, you know, the big Sunday flowers that we do? They were saying at convocation, it's nice to have it wide at the top, so, as if the flowers are reaching across to all the gurus. And I just thought that was a beautiful way, rather than having it more like straight up, you know, you wanna have this sense of reaching
Yeah,
out.
maybe not that tall.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna
Two
ask
are
you,
these.
Sharon, because you've got a lot more experience than me. So for these quadrants that we're talking about here, so we're talking about like this section, right?
Right.
So how many flowers would that be?
So
Once we
you're gonna
compress.
compress them.
Yeah, so what do you think?
So, maybe, wanna do 6?
Let's try 6. Yep,
And
I
then we
like
can
that.
put it up there.
So let's
and
do
see what it
6
looks.
kind of like
Six
in the
of the white.
position they're gonna be, like this. 1, 2, 3.
Do 6 of the white, then we can bring it up and
Okay,
see how
this is
far
6.
it's up. And then we can go from there.
All right, but then I would take some of these flowers away for the moment. Yep, we're gonna use them, there's no doubt we're gonna use them, but if we start with 6, which I think sounds great, and then we think, okay, maybe we do, 2, I'm gonna rely on Alpana and Padmaja for their experienced eye. So if we're gonna do this section, does this make sense, guys, or would you do one of each?
Two
Do you think this
because
is
we are going
good?
to compress, yes.
Okay, so let's try doing 2 and try to face them up, so we're kind of getting an idea visually of what it's gonna look like.
Maybe it will need 2 more.
2 more here, I agree, yeah.
Once it's,
So- So let's put these up a little bit, and then let's add white, 2 more whites. And we all just wanna say how we feel about it, if we think something would be better, or if this seems good. Keeping in mind the flower situation upstairs.
Okay, what you can do is, you can start putting the white on.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 people on each side,
Okay,
and then we'll compress and we'll see how it does.
perfect,
Now here's,
perfect. Okay,
While
we'll
you're-
just set these
here's the
aside, but
most-
we're gonna keep our order.
Yep.
Because we want it to be symmetrical, and if 2
Yes.
teams are doing it, we don't wanna lose track of how many.
Right.
So we keep it.
You compress after they're on the string?
Yes.
They're on the
Yes.
string, yes.
Now, Sharon, when we, are gonna put them on the string,
Okay.
do we open them first, right?
And I'm gonna show you something also. You do open them. You do open them. Okay, now, because if you went up through there, you'd be really hard. So you're gonna go up through the side,
Not the big
not that stem. You're gonna go up through the side and get it in the middle, and then it's easy to reach these now. And then you're gonna just push.
Press
of
them
course,
out.
Press them out. And then we'll have somebody going along.
That color.
Let me see that, Betsy.
The little ones, the little ones, we're gonna wait and use them maybe for embellishment on the tassels or something.
So I have it trick like I take it off like this, then
Yes.
it goes easily.
No, we want, see, this has to go, I'll show you.
Okay, yeah.
That was
this
gonna be
is-
my question too, so
No,
let's hear.
For me, for the garlands I have done that, but
Yeah.
this method I don't know, so we
Okay,
should
Yeah,
look at that.
I did what Padmaja did.
So is this to
Because-
keep it stronger,
Because
Sharon?
we're compressing it.
Yeah.
This, I'll show you it. Okay,
I
so
thought
now
that
we
it
put
will show the
this,
stems on the side, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
we have to.
the
yeah,
stem
this
is
a
gonna
different-
go
Oh, the
in,
stem gets wedged into the flower.
wedged into the flower.
Oh,
So that when you're
different.
pressing
And is
it,
this for strength? Does it keep it intact?
it keeps it, cause you're
Pushing.
so much.
Okay.
That goes in further.
Ah,
see?
Okay.
You're, otherwise, the bulb doesn't quite go in as far,
Right.
Oh,
So-
that makes sense, cause it's wider if you clipped it.
so you get to compress it more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
now-
yeah, that's
All
what I
right.
said. My method is different, so I
See,
have to
you
learn
don't-
new one.
You don't have to compress it as much because yours is fresh and it's not hanging there overnight.
So you're
Yeah,
going
but we
in
need
on
the
the
stems if
side.
you
Going
want
in
it
on the
over
side,
there.
but coming out the center.
So you guys wanna try? And believe me, this is, I had a lot, over there,
Not coming in the middle.
not coming in the middle, but when you start really compressing it.
You'll have to move over, Sandy.
So that is the rule, yeah.
With
I
the-
didn't
with the
know.
carnations.
In the carnations,
Maybe
yeah.
Sandy can move back further.
Everybody, get the feel of it.
Yeah, let
It's really, it
Okay,
takes
yeah,
a
it
while
goes-
to really,
Aha.
get that,
Automatic feeling, yeah.
yeah.
You, it's me. Oh, this one.
I'll do one more and then pass it on.
But yeah, that's tricky, cause I never did
So I'm
that.
doing
Yeah. But you always use roses, so. And then the carnations,
Floofing it
to
cover it.
To coordinate with
know
the,
what I mean?
Yeah.
the flower
I know.
arrangement I do.
yeah.
Wants to do it next?
Maybe everyone can do like maybe 3 or 5 flowers and then pass it on to somebody else. If you do like 5, then you can get in the habit of it. And we'll just take turns.
So,
Yes,
come,
through the side, up through the middle. Mhm.
come 2020, basically, you'll have tables where there'll be a lot of just, the marigolds, making strings of them.
Factory work.
And
Assembly line.
I'm very
Yeah.
good at it.
Assembly line?
So-
Stick that kind of work.
And then flower before it?
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
right into the center.
I did one, yes.
That's okay, I'll let everybody. And don't worry too much about the compression, do some compression, but Sharon's gonna show us how we do further compression afterward. But this first stage is getting them in, getting them secure, and fluffing them out a little bit.
So you fluff before, right?
You do it before, you do it after, and then someone comes along and says, no, it's not
I was really impressed at Convocation when they were showing us, they would actually line up the flowers and make sure they were all the same size, the same width. But we don't have that luxury right now, we don't have a lot of flowers that are out of season, so I think we're just gonna do the best we
Can I see
can.
you wanna try
We
some?
had a hard time because the carnations weren't,
They weren't the same.
they weren't
Yeah.
the same, so we, you know.
And then, in that case, we learned with the marigolds too, where, so if you do have several different sizes amongst your batch, you can separate them out and put the smaller ones on one side, big ones.
Yeah.
And then you can accommodate that in your design, decide where you want the narrow ones, but keep them all together, keep them all clustered, so it doesn't look erratic. You want it to look like one continuous thickness, but you could taper it, say at the top maybe, you want it
So
thinner.
that's why it's so important to put the flowers out. And then after you get your first thing of flowers, you go and you bring it up to master and you, just to see, okay, how is this doing? Is this what I really want?
Is there any way to do like an emergency patch?
Yes.
You know, like, say you've
Oh,
done,
yeah.
done that, and then something happens, one of them falls off,
Well,
and you go,
you've got.
I don't know who that would happen to.
No, it happens all the time. Oh, it happens all the time, especially when they're transporting things. Okay, so that's why it's nice to have some extra flowers, extra greens. You wanna find something that's gonna match, well, you know what, sometimes, these things here. If you've got something, if you can get a couple, and you could just, yeah, you could just pin that in,
Yeah.
Pin
you
it.
know?
And they also showed us Sharon with the floral adhesive
Yep.
glue.
Yeah,
Sometimes you can just glue it right on.
Yeah, you can
and
glue it
then
right
it's
on.
done.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is
so,
yeah.
yes, they do a lot of glue,
Glue.
they do a lot of
Yeah.
glue. So
Flowers
this,
are so wet though, I'm surprised glue works.
that glue, that one works,
So
yeah.
what would you do, would you try to sew it, like, take another piece of floss and then go in and around, and then kinda smush it in and,
So
Yes,
like,
you could do that.
you
You
know,
could
to
do
like-
that.
Sounds more secure.
I think that,
You know what?
what sister told me was that when this process starts going on, lots of things can go wrong.
yeah.
And then what it's all about is just problem solving in the moment,
Figuring
which
it
is
out.
what we're all accustomed to, because for
Yeah.
instance, you know, oh, the push pin falls off, or oh, this happens, or that happens. You just use your creative intelligence. So you use your creative intelligence just to solve the problem. And there are a lot of different ways to solve this problem. As Sharon said, you could just, you know, put something in front of, or you could try to, you know, insert another one maybe by the side. But it's just your ingenuity that will accomplish it. There's no one way to do it.
There's-
that enough white on one side?
But no,
Yeah,
don't
we're
put,
gonna put it
we're
up
gonna,
here and see what we
before,
think.
yeah.
I'm wondering that
Do you
myself.
need to like
Wait a minute,
tighten it
one,
up?
two,
we're starting the purple.
three, four, five.
Yeah, maybe we
six,
shouldn't
seven,
start the
eight.
purple yet,
One,
or
two,
at least
three,
just one.
four, five, six, seven. You need another white one.
Oh, I thought it was 8.
This- wait a minute.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
So that's what you wanna, and then we're going to, okay, here we go.
How do you thread the needle?
So
That's gonna be
try
my
to
biggest challenge.
explain
I know,
what
me
you're
too.
doing,
I gotta
Sharon,
get the
while you
right
do it.
kind of needle.
Everyone,
I have
everyone
little
watch
tiny
what
sewing
Sharon's
needles. I
doing
have
now.
to get
This is
special
like the
ones.
second phase of
Okay, so what I'm
compression.
doing is, I'm just
Extra smushing?
Extra smushing.
Extra smush stuff?
smushing, smushing, so,
And then pulling the.
once I'm turning this, see, this one didn't go in.
Isn't it? If you
Alright,
don't use
so-
wax, it falls apart.
Yes.
It just,
You gotta
all
make
the
sure
strands
I was
just.
telling somebody, I
That
thought it
this
was
goes
NCS
into the middle
that
of the
we
flower,
use,
because otherwise it's gonna stand out, so that goes in
Sorry,
there.
maybe it wasn't an SRF person, I was talking about garlands. I said.
Okay, so now I'm gonna
Basically,
smush. So just make sure those stems are in the middle of that
Silk
flower.
thread works, and
Silk is very strong.
and there's just all kinds of heavy duty thread that can be used.
Okay, now
The
see
nice
how
thing about
compacted
the
that
double
is
is
compared to
easy,
that?
and then you groove
kind of
the
like-
needle much
kind of
easier than
narrow
any
it.
thread.
Smushed it.
Flipped
Some
and
people
smushed.
use that clear
Okay, so
plastic
here we
thread,
go, that one is in
and
there.
apparently that can work too.
It's like you're molding
It
it.
could break, I think you have to make
Kinda
sure.
need to like.
Because I always use
Yeah, you don't wanna see much
Embroidery
thread.
thread.
Yes.
but I need 2 or 3 threads.
To make
strings
sure.
To make sure it's strong.
Gotta be a little.
That makes sense, that
A
really
little
makes sense,
aggressive
and
with
that's
it.
slippery thread.
That's
That's
really
slippery,
big.
which is great.
Right,
Slide
that's
with
long,
them.
You do, I
But
mean,
this, I will be using this one now.
yeah, you usually have a crusher
Tip
lady
for our
that comes out.
experienced
Okay, so, see?
Okay, let's.
Oh, that was
Let's just put
great.
it up
Yes, let's do a
on
little,
master and
I
just
love that.
get an idea.
if we need more whites, I'll just go next door, pick up some more.
Where, next door?
Yeah, Mystic Florist has
Oh.
unbounded amounts of carnations.
Okay.
So, that's pretty. So this,
Go in the center.
that will go in the center and we'll kind of fix that up.
Okay. So I would bring it up a little more, because keep in mind the flowers are gonna be like here.
Okay.
So even there,
Okay, so this has gotta be compacted a little more.
which side has to be compacted? The left side?
Yeah.
Whoa, sorry.
Okay.
So, okay, the left side needs to be compacted more, and then maybe 2 more whites on each side?
Okay.
I think that looks a little scary, what she's doing.
I know, I was just gonna say, I'd be ruining that thing.
The experts say occasionally you lose one, but so rarely. They're tougher than it would seem, but I know it's
I hope so.
Oh, you know what?
I know,
Okay,
right.
so this, see this stem?
Oh, that one didn't get in, yeah. So guys, when you compress, make sure your stem is going right into the center of the flower before, otherwise you're gonna see the green. So on the left side, we had a few that weren't right in there.
There we go. So let's see. Those all in.
So why don't you maybe explain with a sample what you're talking about when you say what wasn't done incorrectly?
All right, so some of them were more like this, where the stem, the top stem was out, and we want them right in the center of the one behind.
Scissors?
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
No, what, you know what I need is the clippers.
Yeah, sorry.
Where do you wanna clip?
Right. There, I don't want the clip, yeah, right,
Because that knob, the knob is in the way.
that it broke.
Broke.
Something broke.
You know what, I'm gonna get rid of the knob.
I think that's the way to go.
Clip it?
Yep, clip the knob.
And then they'll fit better together?
Yes,
I,
because those
I don't
knobs
wanna
are
do
very
the string,
wide.
am I off
No, the
string?
string's way over here.
Okay, good.
What do you mean by knob?
So on the carnations, some of them have a little bulge. They're not just a straight
There.
smooth, and that bulge may cause trouble when you start to try to stick it in.
Okay.
Try to find one. All right, see how wide it is right there?
Yeah.
That's gonna cause trouble when you try to put this in here.
Versus this one, which is more of a straight stick?
Exactly, so the straight ones are great. So in this case, we're gonna make this a little shorter, just to get rid of that knob. And then it will go in easier.
Nature, man.
There, so I think we're all set. There.
Would you ever put just like one single bigger poofy flower at the bottom?
You could,
Like a poofy?
Yeah.
absolutely.
And see, what you're gonna do is,
Those look like they're trouble, those 3.
no, what you can do after is, you can
Sew them
just
together.
put a piece of wire there.
Like, is that one trouble?
It's gonna keep going like that, but
If
you'll
it
put
bulges,
it'll
yes.
bulge.
Or you could take off the greens and then it'll be better.
Start with the greens, and then if there's no bulge, you're good, but if there's a
Right.
bulge as well.
Too bad.
Okay, so now, you
We'll
wanted
put
2 more whites?
whites on either side, so somebody who
Yeah.
hasn't done it yet
You haven't done it
should
yet?
do it first.
You did it.
I've
But
only, I've only done one. I'll do.
Yeah. Good.
Betsy?
I did it.
You did?
Yeah.
You did it. Anyone else wanna do it?
So go up like through here.
No,
The side, you go through the side, and then you go to the center of the flower.
But this is all, not from here or from like here?
Okay, Sharon, this is a very specific question, which is an excellent question. So
Do I go
where,
like from
how
here or
far
from here?
down?
You know what? Whatever is comfortable for you that you're gonna get,
So do start that far down.
you know, you just want it to make sure that you can get the needle.
In the center.
Right, and then it'll go up through the center.
And
That's
if you
the
want, you
important
can
thing.
take the little pliers and pull it up if it's helpful to you.
Right.
You don't have to use your fingers unless you want to. But the pliers definitely help with the bosses. And over time, your fingers thank you. It just all this.
It slips, that needle slips.
Yeah, they're right here.
That's why I was, well, you must have a long needle though. You
No,
must-
I have it just like that.
Cause I mean, if I was gonna do
Cigarette
roses
disease.
without those, I'd have to have a long needle.
Oh.
Cause you go right up through the center of the rose, cause it's, the carnation, it's easier because you can find the
Right.
needle. The rose, you don't want to do that, cause
That's right.
How do you maintain the freshness? You spray them with water and put them in the fridge, or what were you saying?
yeah, you spray them, you have a spray, right?
We do, so do you put on the stuff that we put on, what's the name of that stuff we use for the flowers to keep
Crown
them?
and Glory?
Crown and Glory, do you use Crown and Glory or not? Just water?
Yeah.
Some of the people at Convocation were saying the Crown and Glory was actually damaging the flowers.
Okay, two more
So,
Just
even
water.
though for the most part it's good,
I think water, just plain water.
yeah.
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 mine has plain
What I've
water.
done in the past, I don't know if you have,
that the
I've
same?
wet
Do you
paper
want more
towel,
white?
just so it's moist, and just put moist paper towel over the entire garland and put it in the fridge. It just gives it a little moisture, they don't have to be drenched,
that's
cause you don't
enough.
want them to rot.
And you were saying that they're not good to hang up, you wanna keep them flat?
No, you
Or the
can,
opposite.
you can hang them up, but we don't have the
go ahead.
space or the resources, so we don't even have the option, that's just what they do in California.
Like, could you hang them up in the fridge, or would you prefer them to be laying
Be
down
best
in the
to lay
fridge?
them down.
Laying
them
down
down
for our
fridge.
purposes because they won't keep on compressing.
Okay.
You know, I
So in
guess
our
you could
case-
hang them in that little hall there.
No, you don't wanna hang them. If you don't have to hang them, don't hang them.
Oh,
Because
if you
the
don't
more
have
you
to.
hang, the more
Right,
they're gonna
right.
separate.
Yeah,
The reason they put the whole picture in the refrigerator with the
Oh.
garland on,
Oh my gosh.
and then the garland, that is just taken.
Oh, that's just in a knot,
So
how
what
did I
is
do
the
that?
The whole, they had 3 pictures in
So-
their refrigerator.
It's good
Wow.
because it's a learning. So Astrid just had the experience where a knot, like a knot was formed and it just came out easily.
I just let it just stay in, I mean, it's just one
So
little.
it's like a little loop.
It's just one little knot. It's not gonna.
It's not gonna impede your
They're
progress.
not
I know.
scary.
It
It happens sometimes.
Yes,
happens
I have
sometimes.
spent with another needle, taking
Trying
the
to get the
knot
knot out.
undone.
Oh, it's just a little one.
But
Yeah.
that's a learning experience,
Are
that's
we
great.
equal?
All right,
Are
so we
white?
have to,
Oh, we
let's
need
put
more
it up
or no?
again. Put it up again and see what we think.
Yeah.
We need everybody's eyes to see if one side is more compacted than the other. Especially the people in the back.
Oh, I see this knot.
Let me get my finger out of there.
Do you think that knot is going to be problematic?
Well, it's too late.
Astrid thinks we can get through
Yeah,
it.
we can get through it.
I pushed through.
She pushed through.
What's the hang up?
Sometimes you
That the-
have to, yeah.
That the flower can't get
Long
past it?
done.
All right, so let's say if we put it to that.
Sometimes it goes through
Yeah.
the flower.
I mean, I already,
Okay, so it looks
There's
to
a
me
bulge.
this side,
There's a little bulge
like
there,
it's
yeah.
sticking out, isn't it?
That's sticking out, yes. Looks a little lumpy.
I wonder if that stem didn't get, or sometimes you put it in and then it pulls out again.
And you know what?
Oh, the leaves.
Yeah, take that, give me the.
Yeah, so we're finding that if you leave these leaves in, it's gonna cause trouble.
You
So
want
just
it
try to
to
keep
have
it,
like a- Like a point. There you go. Well, and this one is. That one was. Okay. So you wanna make sure that they're in their little nest there.
So what we hope to do today is everybody make as many mistakes as possible. So we all know later on when we make the same one what to do.
So you
Do
wanna.
not be afraid with
yeah.
mistakes.
So you wanna make sure that there.
All right, now people in the back, the white, do you feel it's roughly the same or that side's up higher? First of all, do we have it in the center? So the center should be here. Are the whites on the left and the right the same or not?
Cannot see on
We're over too far to the left now, they're showing.
On the right,
They
there
look a
seems to
little on the
be.
right, a little smushy.
So
I know
first-
it's not neat.
Perfect.
Lori, this
Yeah.
pink one, is it center or does it need to go left or right? The pink one alone?
Little
Pink
left.
one alone is
Take it to
little
the left?
A little left. Yeah, the left side looks good, the right side has to be adjusted a little bit.
Okay, what needs to happen to the right side?
Again, there is a little bulge where Sharon is
Bulge.
touching, yeah.
There's a bulge on your side.
Yeah, right where your hand just was.
Yeah, now it is adjusted,
helped, yeah.
now it looks
Now
good.
it looks better.
Okay,
Sometimes it's just a matter of
Yeah,
turning it.
yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
so, okay, so now we'll go into color on the sides?
Yeah.
Okay. I can really see how having extra people helps with the visuals.
Holding
It's a
it.
lot
How
of
do you
pressure
hold
for
it
you
by
guys,
how do you
all
hold
by
it by yourself?
yourselves to make
Yeah.
all these.
I know.
Hold it by yourself.
No.
All right.
Put it and then see. So this is when you're
Yeah,
doing.
I
what
have
color,
like a
Yeah, that's
template
the
like
question.
these
So let me
many
just see.
flowers,
Let's
so
just
I
say,
go
I
and then
probably
once I have
picture
the
people
two
being
ones,
alone.
like those knobs.
Well,
in the
people like to
kitchen,
be alone.
I
That's
have,
our culture here.
A small corner
Um,
where I hang
so
those two.
I'm just wondering,
Make
this
sure
was
that
coming
they
up
are
to
in
about here,
line,
wasn't
and
it?
then
That's a good
I
idea, you
have
hang it from
things
those
to
like
it.
knobs in the
Yeah.
cabinet.
Yeah.
But we
yeah.
can
So
always
then,
compress
once
more?
everything, I
No,
call
we can
Abhaya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
All right.
does
We can
all
do-
this
We
work
can do
for
that
me,
with,
and then
yeah.
she helps me
Oh, she
set
should
it
be
up.
here.
So,
Okay,
Yeah,
for this
she's going
part-
to volunteer.
Oh,
Yeah, for
wow.
What do you think? Do you think this is too much?
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
So she does this
Compress.
cleanup
wanna
and
try
giving
that?
me instructions
Oh,
if
concept?
anything is not looking good.
yep,
That's great.
So two orange,
And
two
sometimes
purple,
in
two
between
orange.
we do make like small things, tie them up,
Mm.
have them ready to be put into the
and then we can
garland.
put
Into
the
the
red at
center.
the, at
Like-
the top up here.
like
Nice,
this.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
bottom.
Yeah, so those
Keep in
again
mind,
she
I
use
makes
wire?
just get the same shades
wire
of red.
or string.
So there's
and
red,
she'll
red,
make those and leave
And there's
them.
pink red, and we just have to be mindful.
Okay.
That's the pink red.
We'll use the pink red because we've got the pink red there.
I agree, that's why I'll pull these out. We may use them elsewhere, but
Yeah.
let's not use them for this.
Sometimes after all
Yeah,
the design, the
yeah,
garland
yeah,
just
that's
never
the one.
comes together. It takes hours and it's not standing up properly. But these carnations are best. They do work all the time.
Easiest to work with, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this wire that we use for a purpose?
Yeah.
Always
need, yeah, for up here.
Sandy, I tell you what I'd like to try and do with you too.
Okay, you wanna do a few more right now?
This one, I'm not so sure whether it's in properly. Maybe this.
I'll do two orange.
Still it shows the green, am I not pushing enough?
Yeah, no.
Oh, maybe more fluffing.
Fluffing. Then we'll go even more. It's fluffing.
I'm afraid it will fall apart.
But it's even okay today if it falls apart, we've got more. The lady who taught us, she's been doing them for like 20 years, and she just said,
You know
they
what?
almost never fall apart, just be as
If you think
hard
it
as you
will
want.
go in, just click.
Way too big, yeah.
I'm not sure about this one. I think there's too much green. And let me go.
And this will get crushed a little more too.
Two purple
So
and then
don't
two
worry
orange.
about it.
Somebody already put these together, that's nice.
So we have to pull them apart.
No, that was just a demo.
Oh.
Yeah. It was just envisioning what it might look like.
This one is nice.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
One thing that will help is before, just to fluff the flower, even before you put it on your string or your dental floss.
You got it in there.
And then we'll be pushing them on too.
If people wanna do fluffing of the flowers, the potential flowers, that would save a step later.
Are you doing more weight?
Yeah, we're gonna do more white at the top, so.
Carnations get a bad rap. They're very pretty.
I agree.
When I get them at home, sometimes I'll do them all together like this and just like in a vase, and it looks like gorgeous versus, just so. So you paid $1 a stem for these?
Yeah, and the purple ones were $1.25 a stem.
You get,
These are not showing any.
Trader Joe's aren't, they're $3.99 though for a pack of like, something like 6 or something.
So those were Trader Joe's for a really good price,
See?
$3.99, the little minis, but we couldn't do it with the minis.
Yeah.
So This is an awkward
I'm
time to
pushing
get
it down.
flowers too, and New
This
Year's,
is what-
you know, so
Yeah.
it just depends seasonally. Usually at Stop and Shop, I have the greatest
And
luck
I
with
keep
carnations,
Pushing.
but this year it was harder.
That's, do you like that Stop and Shop that's across the street?
I like all Stop and Shops.
Okay, now somebody else can.
Do you wanna do it?
Stephanie, you
Who
want
wants some more?
Yes,
breakfast?
Oh, good.
2 orange,
I'm giving
please.
you like a whole.
These pipes.
These are the ones.
That's gorgeous.
They almost look like peonies when you,
Yeah.
when you fluff them.
Yes.
I love peonies.
Just push it.
We'll test this hardiness idea.
I know.
You wanna do one more?
Better to fail all around so we have backup help. So funny, this one was closed up like this and it just really. Shivali sort of taught me that.
Yeah.
She just would go in there,
I'm gonna.
tell
this-
Shivali I'm
oh,
thinking,
yeah.
or she goes there, she's like, and I'm like, what are you doing? She looks like she's.
I'm gonna-
Yeah.
I had one with.
She's a
You're
wizard.
listening, Shivali,
In my
we love
front
you.
window.
She's a wizard.
She has back, I sent a picture.
She really is.
There was,
When we did it
You sent that
at,
picture on
for
WhatsApp.
the, what do you call it? The
Was
open
that
house.
Rose?
Oh my
I
goodness,
didn't,
she
I
was
didn't know, it was
wonderful
red,
to watch.
yeah.
I just sat there and watched her.
I
I didn't wanna get in her way.
Roses is not as many.
Oh, were you there when, I had everything out in
I
the
like
bulb,
them.
and then
So
the
Tim,
bulb.
that's what we're doing
this
for the
was
moment,
here.
and then,
Oh,
okay,
and then
so
the
now
brother
we're gonna
came in
put
and
it up
said,
to
"Oh,
the
I need
picture
this, I'm
again
gonna
and
be-
see what we
You know, I
think.
need this in 5 minutes,
Let's,
I'll be cleared."
But my friends was
And,
Merry
and we were
Christmas
still
and everything, so
decorating
that
and
beautiful picture that
Thank
from
you, Shivali
magazine
was
of
there.
Christ with the
Oh my
roses.
gosh, because we had to.
I
do
love
it
that.
by-
Oh, I
she's
love
like-
that picture.
I
She just went, do you remember that?
Yeah.
I wish I had a video of that. It was like magic,
Wow.
and it looked like great, it looked great. 5 minutes.
I'll have a needle.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
And my friend texted back, "Thank you, Sharon, for reminding us that Christ is the meaning of Christmas." So I said, "I'm gonna put him in my bay window with the
I
roses
think that's a
from."
good amount.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree, we're
Yeah.
gonna fix it, but I think it's the right amount, we'll go to white
Yeah.
next. So once we fix that, okay,
Yeah,
Sharon,
that's fine.
Sharon,
It needs to
let's
get
put it down. So Sharon, these are just getting sort of,
You have to just
realign them.
realign them. Realign them. And this one, you just turn them with
I think
it.
it's good not to push the whole thing down, maybe just work with that section. Look at how this one's sticking out.
Because it's broken a little bit. So what you do is you just kinda. So we'll see if it's gonna stay. So right now it looks okay. And then when you actually get it on the thing, you tweak it.
Yeah, see, look at this one, Sharon, this one, looks like this one's falling apart.
Okay, so wait a minute, this one. There we go, and see this one goes in this one. This one popped out, cause see, it doesn't have a long.
Right.
Oh.
Cause we had to take the little nubby off.
Okay, now, there we go.
It's looking great.
Yep. You
All
just
right,
keep
so-
playing with it,
Yeah.
and then when you get on, you're gonna twist it a little bit, and then you can always have another, a small garland going around it, or you know what you can do, if you got a spot, you, like those flowers, you can glue a couple flowers to the spot.
Just take some.
All right, let's do
Or
6
white
more
out.
whites on each side,
Okay,
and that might do it.
all right.
Who would like more experience?
Yeah.
Who would like to?
Who wants to do it?
wanna do
Please
more?
come. Stephanie? Yep.
So that's why it's nice to have
6 more whites?
6
Two
more
people.
whites, yes, on each side, please.
one, and, no, two to do, to
She already has one in her
start
hand.
doing that.
Yep.
Another one could be doing the top.
Yeah, so we'll keep,
Another
keep
two people can do the top,
practicing.
if you have
It takes a
extra
while,
people,
it just doesn't
and then
happen right
someone
away.
cleaning and measuring and, so you
And
really,
as we notice, once it's
you
all
know,
up
the
there,
more
then we can even
hands
finesse it a little bit more.
helping, doing
Just
it.
the main thing now is get them up,
it's
get them in.
amazing what.
The first time I do it, I'll definitely need to have,
Help.
help.
Definitely.
Unless I did a pattern, which may be the first time. You know, if it's not one of the big occasions.
But even that, you get one on one side, one and you do the
Definitely, but it's,
pattern.
there's less like having to
Yeah.
hold it up and go, when do I change colors and
you know, if it's
You
just a
can-
pattern.
Yes, and you
If
can
it's just-
also do all one color. You can just, for
Yep.
instance, if you had a very busy, flower arrangement and just had one simple color that you and the flower arranger decided on, I think that would be gorgeous.
Yeah, with that color,
And-
that orange color, right?
And then you could do, if you wanted to add an accent, those small roses to accent it around it, you know?
lovely.
That's lovely if you, if you've got, something like Easter or Christmas.
Glue, that's
And
good
glue.
for the glue, for the little light flowers,
Yeah.
just to glue them
And-
on.
And also they, when they have the garland hanging, a lot of times they put a bead at the bottom, a gold bead, and that hides that knot.
Yeah.
And we put some, gold ornaments throughout,
I'm sure Annie would like that.
in
Glitter and beads, shiny beads,
sparkle things.
or little
Go up.
crystals.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can spray sparkles on it.
What's that?
Now, no
That's
spraying. I know you're toying with me.
No, the glue, the glitter glue.
I did, I saw them, I was like, oh, I don't wanna distract the conversation.
Now, Annie, you wanted to, we talked about offline a little bit about whether the person who's doing the main arrangement, communicates closely with the garland person and they both decide, and then only one person does the buying.
So it's
It's
an
a possibility.
option, whereby we could say,
The two
okay,
communicate anyway.
yeah, we always communicate, the garlander, thank you, garlanders are always so kind and always willing to work with the flower arrangers on the colors. Then sometimes we have a problem with availability, So one option sometimes would be that one of the two people, probably the flower arranger, would buy all of the flowers.
Because they're there and they
They're
can see
there,
what-
they've got the colors, and that would only work if the arranger was gonna be at the center, cause sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes it's one person away who they'd rather just buy their own flowers. But if there were a situation where the flower arranger could buy all the flowers, that would be helpful,
Cause they usually do the flower arrangement before the garland people.
usually.
Can we
Usually.
agree
They
on that?
have, that's what they do in Encinitas, they have a person who just buys flowers,
Mhm.
brings them all there, and that's what you have to deal with, that's what you
Work with.
work with.
So
And
I
that-
could even imagine a scenario where, if we could get it organized sometime, where we would just say, okay, we want the colors to be X, Y, and Z. And then Shivali could go to the flower market with one of us and buy all the flowers at a great price, and then the flowers would just be here for
That would be
everybody.
great.
That would just be an awesome celebration.
And what's amazing is, well, I think that happens to a lot of you when you're going out looking for flowers, you think, okay, this is what I want, and master. He has these colors, that's all, they look
She
great.
has such a good eye.
Shivali?
Yeah.
Awesome eye. So back in the old days when Sharon and I used to do this passionately all the time,
White here?
we would always go to the flower market
have to.
together for big events,
Yeah.
and the two of us would
Someone-
decide on the color
In the moment.
schemes.
How many
Yep,
do you have?
yep,
One,
and
two,
man, when we'd
three,
come out of
four.
that flower market,
Yeah, one more.
Sharon is the strongest person, we just like, we have trees and flowers.
So it's, and that's what they do in Encinitas, they have someone buy the flowers and
Yep.
then you,
Yep.
and it just happens.
So Shivali, did the
That would be
flowers, as you
good.
all know, for the Christmas all day, and it was gorgeous. Okay, so she had in her mind exactly what she wanted, and it was gonna involve, I think the color she was looking for was red, and she got to the market and red was gone. It was just gone, so she had to, on her feet,
That's why.
change, and that's why it was so white, and it wasn't what she wanted, it was exquisite, but, that's exactly what you're talking about, and we all faced that. I faced it yesterday when I was looking for the carnations, I went to 4 or 5 different places. And this was really the only thing I could find that would coordinate, so sometimes it's just what's out there.
Right, and they,
6 or 5?
I think during Christmas, the roses were like $100 for the red roses.
Wow.
So,
Six.
But how many was this, $100?
Big ones.
6.
for a dozen, for 2 dozen, 100, because at the beginning they were all out. But Costco's,
Costco's good,
Yeah,
and
Costco has
Wegmans
lot
I'm
of
told
good
too,
flowers.
Wegmans.
$35.
Really? I've never
to
noticed where
Yeah,
it is.
all
50
time
roses.
Costco has
Whoa.
like a huge
Shipping,
section of
everything.
flowers, and sometimes they
So I'm
have
out in
really good
California, so I
carnations
said,
and
my
mums and
daughter, the
roses.
50 roses
Roses
for
are very
Thanksgiving.
good there.
Oh, that's so.
I had to
Wow.
call her, did you get them? No, I
Yeah,
said, she has,
if I can't find
I'm going
anywhere
out
else, I'll
looking
go
the thing.
to
I said,
Costco.
could you come
Wow,
out
I've
there?
never been.
Yeah,
There's
roses
a limit.
especially.
I've never
So-
been for flowers.
Yeah, so how do they do that? That's right, 1-800
Well,
flowers.
Trader
is the
Joe's,
same.
then
And
Mason
Amazon
Farm,
Yeah,
delivers.
that's
and
what I
Stop and
So that's
Shop,
the thing.
and then
Go
Costco.
to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, no, they can do amazing
Yeah,
bargains.
those
even
are
in
the
the
four
city.
I go
Yep.
to.
But the roses were, but not carnations, the carnations were still,
They held.
they held their price.
So Shivali has found over and over again, for standard flowers, Trader Joe's is always cheaper than the market. So the market will cost more, but at the market, you'll have, if you're looking for roses, you'll have a variety of how
You'll never
big
walk-
they are and how color they are and
You'll
all
never
this.
walk out of there with, like, at Trader Joe's, I've walked out and said, there's nothing there.
You don't like
Yeah.
it, you don't like what they have,
There's
right,
nothing- Yeah, you have to walk out,
exactly,
you'll never walk out of the flower market.
Never. Absolutely. But if you go to Trader Joe's and you love what you see, that's probably the best price you'll find anywhere.
But we can't go to the flower market, can we?
No, the only way we could go is if we could match up with Shivali, and I think that's very hard,
Or
given all of
unless
our
you
schedules.
know a
Okay,
florist.
let's try.
Okay.
Yes, if you have a friend who's a florist who doesn't need your business, they just wanna give you a favor, then you could get in that way.
You have to go with them.
Yes, you have to go with them,
Or you have their,
or you have their
number.
card, yeah.
have their number.
So, let's do this.
Oh, that's good, whoa.
It almost looks like silk flowers.
Doesn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, it's just how perfect it is, not in any
All right,
different.
so Sharon, do you need to do extras up here or no?
I would put,
Two more
A
some
special
color.
swag.
at the top? No, I'm hoping we're gonna do
Do
this
swag.
thing.
You
Oh,
wanna do
okay.
swag.
So I don't know if we need it,
Put a
just an
couple more.
extra, just in case, right?
Logo, it's gonna be behind us.
Yeah, we can, do this, that will be fine.
that's fine, but
Yeah.
put a couple more.
That's what I
in
say,
case,
let's put
Two
two
more
more whites on
And then-
either side.
Yeah, and then you'll be all
Who
set.
needs more experience,
Two
who
more?
does not feel
Yeah,
it's
please.
intuitive
You do
yet?
it. You do it.
Let's keep it going this way, so we kind of know the flowers.
Otherwise they're not.
Yeah, let's keep it this way, so the flowers continue to go in the
Now,
same direction.
see how much
We
abuse
survived the
the
nuts.
flowers are taking?
We
I
survived
did,
it.
We survived the nuts.
So two more
flowers are
whites.
taking a lot of abuse, and then sometimes it doesn't look, the green, but once you get up there, you're gonna play with it a bit.
Fluff it and,
And
you
you're
know,
gonna be able to, if you really have a hole that's like, what I love is these, if you've really got holes or anything, these, cause they're so flat,
they're flat,
They're
they're
flat
pretty,
and they're
they're
pretty and you can-
focused, yeah, that's
so
great,
that, you
Sharon.
know, so it's,
Two more on each side.
so that, cause you, if you're
Your
gonna glue
insurance
something,
policy,
you don't
just in
want
case
something
you
too
need
bulky, this is nice and flat, and I think your, marigolds, not marigolds, your, chrysanthemums.
Mine's very
You can
flat.
get a lot
Yep.
of them
Yes.
that are flat.
Yeah.
And put it this way, whenever you go to the flower market, don't have expectations, because master will, this is what he wants. And this is why it's nice to have a group too, because
Do
You'll-
the cleanup.
you look at, cleaning up.
Hannah, let's put it up one more
And then-
time. Now, should we do the wire at the bottom now, or is that a last minute when we, get it all set up tomorrow?
We can do it, before we leave, yeah.
Cool, so let's do that now so that people can learn how to, and I think the idea is this may be way up here. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is probably gonna compress
We want that
more.
here, right?
Yeah, it's probably gonna compress more, and we just want these as just a little insurance policy. But, okay, so let's pick it up to here. Yeah, just for the moment, because what we're gonna try to do is make this steady and hold
Okay.
front.
Do I have?
What do you need? Needle?
Clip.
Clip?
Let me see if I can.
This is a wire cutter too, is it?
No, it isn't.
It cuts wires.
Stay on it. Oh, I just, I did. Okay, so just what we'll do is.
Okay, everybody.
You wanna come
she-
closer?
So you're putting it into the flower or around the flower?
Put it into the flower. That way I have a little more control.
Jamming it into the
flower.
back pod of the central flower.
And then I can.
Oopsie, that's That one looks pretty shredded.
So I put it there.
Okay, so there's a piece hanging out on either side.
I'll put this one in here. Press it. There.
Astrid, do we have wire in the closet?
I don't know, want me to go look?
No, I just wondered, sometimes
it's
you
good.
remember our inventory better than I do.
I feel
Yeah,
like-
I just wondered
I
if
feel
we
like
have it
yes.
as a staple. I
You're
feel
gonna
like we
need it
do.
as a
I feel
staple.
like- Yeah, yeah,
I feel like yes.
So we lost one. Did
we
this-
lost one, I think it was on this side, maybe here.
Right there. And that's a new one.
I
That's
feel
not
like if
that one.
if you used floss as needle and thread, you could probably have done that as well, don't you think, or is it not stiff enough?
You
Sharon,
could,
You think so?
but sometimes wire, it's always helpful to have wire. Like right now, we could wire
This.
this flower.
Do you wanna do a wire so we could see how that might
Yeah.
look if we're in this emergency
Yeah,
situation?
so somebody else can
You
come
see,
close
Steph,
and
you
see.
knew.
Here's some thinner
Knew
wire.
this could,
The
would
thinner wire?
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
I have
think
to
it's
hold
the
it.
same
Okay,
size.
back.
Yeah. It's the same size.
Can you see from you?
Yes.
Wire.
This kind of thing for me, with my nerves,
Oh, me too.
shows me, do it the day before. Cause can you imagine if you were doing this 2 hours before the service?
Oh,
That
no,
would just
you
be
didn't.
so stressful. But the day before, who cares? You've got the time, you know, you can figure out a way to make it look
Make phone
okay.
calls.
Make phone calls.
now-
FaceTime someone.
FaceTime.
Do
It
we
actually
really
doesn't
need-
look so
Maybe
bad.
we don't, because maybe we can
No.
fluff one side, you
Right.
know, we know that this is the correct height, and,
You have to let go
we
of your
just won't-
OCD-ness.
Yes.
You don't have to know that there's one less.
Right,
you don't have to know. Don't
no,
have to
you
know.
just
No.
want to.
You could be the only one to know.
Ever. And Gorgie?
For this one, I thought, I asked Michael to pick carnations, but
Yeah.
I did not know, and he picked hydrangeas. So
Oh.
I use hydrangea.
No
wow.
way, that's like the
Let's
number one
see.
flower I would never wanna use.
Oh, I love the hydrangea.
Oh, it looks so beautiful.
They're so abundant.
Oh, I love.
Oh, and they didn't wilt.
You know, it lasted a while.
It
Yeah.
lasted a while.
Awesome.
Wow.
When
Those
I
are
saw it,
those aren't hydrangea.
yeah,
They are?
the
Where?
top and the bottom.
The top and the bottom, oh, right
Oh, the
down there, the
top.
bottom arrangement,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
bottom?
yeah,
Oh, there, there.
And the top.
Oh, okay.
But what's in the middle?
Mums.
Mums.
Kind of
Those are the
mums.
mums.
Yeah, those are mums.
Oh, but I love the hydrangea at the bottom.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, it
Hydrangeas
was so
are
hard.
so- Oh, hard, it was hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I sprayed a lot of water on them because they go
Yeah.
down fast.
Oh, man, talk about stress at the last minute.
But the thing is, what you can do,
remember?
what you can do with.
All right, so shall we call this one done for the moment?
Yes.
All right, now, when the people are done, do we fix it in any way at the top, or do we just leave a long piece of dental floss? I mean, when I'm putting it on the tray and putting it in the fridge.
Oh, you just leave
Just
this
leave
there?
this long,
Yeah, because then they'll.
and you're thinking we're gonna attach it here. So guys, usually we attach up here, that's been our habit. But Sharon's saying we can attach here, and so we're gonna keep the dental floss really
Yeah.
long, and that will give us an option to,
If you
attach here, which
put
is
it down
stronger.
there-
This is hardier than this is,
Yeah,
these
'cause
sometimes fall apart.
That was.
Yeah,
And then you
So-
can use these two for the
Yeah.
top part.
oh, and that's, okay,
Yeah.
so just wanted to show you that. So now why don't we put this aside, we'll just leave it over there for a moment, and we'll do this top piece, and then we'll hold them together and see if we like it, okay?
Okay.
So let's take it down, and we're just gonna store it off to the side, maybe
There's a
over on the
tray.
counter, oh, where did we put the tray?
The
Do
tray.
we have the tray?
Oh, can I
yeah,
have the
that
tray?
black
The
tray.
Right.
We'll just put it on here and keep the long tendrils. And we're gonna just take off the needle. Oh, is there any reason to keep the needles on here? No, okay. So, and then we can just put it, over there, Astrid. And then, so Sharon, how do you measure this part? What's your formula? How,
Yeah, I would just, yeah. Take that in.
so we're gonna hopefully have a tendril on the side too
Yep.
of flowers, so we wanna make it extra long, I would think,
Okay.
yeah? So, yeah.
You wanna pull them up?
All right, okay, so,
I don't want them.
yes, if you wanna run out.
All right. Okay, and then we'll put it in the middle.
So we're gonna have this part will be at the top. So will that be this way again?
Yeah.
Or this way?
Yeah.
So repeat the red?
Yeah.
Pinkish
That would
red.
be good.
So in the center, you're gonna tie another knot.
Yep.
All right, so guys, here, there's gonna be another thick knot to tell us where the center is.
Okay, because you're doing a garland at the top. Sometimes what you can do is with some wire, you can just do an arrangement on some wire and wire the top. It depends on what
You
you
mean
want to
in
do.
the
If you wanted to put green, if you wanted to put like greens or flowing
Oh.
things,
Whoa.
you can just wire the
That's
flowers.
above our pay
So
grade.
use the wires with thread?
It's a
Yeah.
horizon to aspire
But
to
you'd want,
someday.
you'd want thinner wire.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you can, the thing is, you can play with it. If you have, the green, the wire and all the, glue and everything, you can play with this. You don't have to do,
You
you
can
know,
make it up.
yeah, as you go along. So that,
So now, for this center one, we're gonna cut it
gonna
close.
cut that
Yeah.
real close.
So we don't want that extra piece, cause we're not
No, you want
embedding
it
this in
real-
anything.
Right.
So like that, or even more. Would you flatten it more?
If you
Or do you
can.
wanna use a Gerber daisy, that same color?
I think we're gonna stick with the carnations just for this exercise, cause we won't always have Gerbers. I'm just wondering, is that gonna open it up too much? Did I go too far?
No, because I think the needle's gonna go through
All right.
and hold it all together. What I'm gonna do is where's the other needle?
Did needle two
Oh,
come off?
over here.
Oh, yep, there we go.
So, what I'm gonna do is to secure it, I'm gonna sew it from the other side too. So, I'm gonna sew it on this side, so that it'll all stay together. Okay, so, okay, that'll be good. Now, you'll want the smaller, did you want the brighter ones? Or did
So
you
what
want-
they showed us was, tell me what you think, using the wide ones here, but then having the little ones on the side for the little tendrils.
Okay, so how many bright ones? We don't need.
Okay, so I'm thinking on either side, maybe put an orange
Did you want any more pink?
at the
Or-
top.
Okay, no, we'll put the
So I was
orange,
thinking
yeah.
two orange, one or two on either side, maybe, down at the
Okay.
bottom, we just did one, right?
Okay. So do
So,
two?
okay, we can do two. Cause I'm just like everybody here, I don't have very much experience, so for me, it's just
You know,
trying something and see what we think of it.
what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna
Cut it?
cut it because there's nothing to push it in.
Oh, so the two on the side,
Two.
right there,
Mm,
more?
Yeah. The two
We're
on-
not embedding these,
You want
there's nothing to embed in that central flower,
right, so that will go there.
the first one.
Yes, we'll put the two first ones in. And then you wanna,
So are we going down the middle in this case, or no?
yeah, you can go down the middle.
Because we don't have that extra stem.
Right.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
So the idea is try to get it as close as we can to the central flower.
Yep.
And then the next one, we go back to our original, come in
Right.
on the side, up through the middle, and then the stem goes in the flower.
What color?
This color.
So this is, we are not cutting anymore.
No, no, unless we have to.
Make it little shorter.
And then, so I was thinking white, so we have color, then we have white, I don't know how many that would be.
4 and 4.
4, 4 and 4, that's all we've got. How about 4 and 4? Who wants more experience? Larry? Padma?
Okay.
What do you think about this one? I think we need to cut this one, yeah?
You make garlands though, don't you?
Yes, she does.
She does indeed. She
does.
she has saved us on a number of occasions, and your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom, and your sister. When they're in town, all of a sudden, we have no problem. Little garland machines.
Listen, come 2020, your family will be there. Will we be able to do any of those, what do you call those? Rangoons?
Rangolis, yeah.
What are those? Are those when they
yeah.
float? Is that when they float?
Those,
Can I do-
would be
can I
so
be
pretty.
doing that
You know
with
what,
them?
those would be so
Can I
pretty,
do it with
like,
you?
even
Those
in the
floating
garden, around
Yeah,
the building.
yeah, my mom and sister will do it better than me.
Can I?
So that's why
I've seen them in Encinitas for India night. Oh my,
Yeah.
they're so beautiful.
How big
I took
are
pic-
they?
I took
The
pictures.
ones at Indian Night?
We made those are the ones, right, we got from Michael's, those,
Oh,
floral
yeah,
boards
yeah.
and put
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
flowers.
So I
I
really,
still have
so
those
start
fish prints.
thinking, making designs
Yeah.
for 2020.
Here
We
are the.
took them to the
State
State
House.
House, remember?
The
we
State
went
House.
there?
I remember it well.
Those were just
Yeah,
so
on Diwali,
beautiful.
and then there was an
Ah,
SRF
yeah,
logo
yeah,
there too.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
We would,
Yes,
and
I
like
did
a
those.
logo. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
do you
yeah.
do those?
We did
No,
something like that.
Those are
Yeah.
floating in water.
These are floating in water. We had them on,
Yeah.
On what?
on like cardboard.
Oh,
We
So,
put,
see, these
So,
are
see,
floating in
we're gonna-
in water.
And the people that they're
That's
sending
looking
out, I
down.
met some of the people that are coming out, and they're just excited about playing with flowers too, so I'm gonna tell them, you've got an amazing committee waiting for you guys. But
Floating
yes,
in these
your mother
floating
told
water.
me.
Is she coming around that time?
I don't know yet.
Is that
She'll
garland?
probably be here.
Yeah.
Tell her we need her.
Yeah.
She has to come.
I love this garland and how thick it is at the bottom, and it's grade 8. That's
Yes,
beautiful.
yes, and
it
this is
that
what they were
easy?
telling us, especially with the marigolds, they come in so many different sizes, and you can play around with this, exactly.
Yes,
I
yes.
think it's all after
And
Yeah,
Encinitas.
and see how they, you don't need anything
Yeah.
because you have this huge arrangement there.
Yeah, that's true,
Yes.
there's no central piece,
Yes,
there's
yes,
no,
yes.
yep.
And how they've got garlands hanging
From the
from trees and
But
stuff.
there's a board you can put it on and
So,
Marcia, they just put it
so
on the
there's so
ground.
much
Yeah.
that we could decorate the church, because our church, even outside, is so plain. I
Oh,
could
yeah.
see, you know,
that garland.
just marigolds.
Pretty?
And it'll just stand out.
The more
That's
marigolds you
just
have, the more
marigold
festive
vibes.
it's,
So
it's
we're
just
gonna
such a
need a lot
celebration.
more than-
so everybody-
That's really reminds me of India.
Oh,
Is
totally.
that multiple
too.
strands, do you think, of,
It looks like they
it has to be multiple strands, cause it's many
flowers.
marigolds
Phil
thick.
too, maybe
Yes.
one.
Is that marigold?
No, they used to just bigger ones here,
Yes.
and then they
But
tapered
this
it.
isn't one marigold, this,
This is not one, they are multiple.
Yeah.
They are multiple, they use the big ones first and then the small ones so that it.
Yeah,
they did that. Is this multiple strands of dental floss though? No.
Could be multiple.
Could be multiple strands of dental floss, don't you think?
Those are heavy, they cannot be one strand.
oh, yeah, that's a couple
Yeah.
altogether.
And
That's a
then
couple
they-
altogether, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
And then they just pulled them together.
Pulled them, yeah.
Or they can even
Sew them
Take
together.
them-
multiple garlands
and-
and wind them together.
wind
wind them together.
That's lovely, Lori, just lovely.
That looks quite,
Wow,
that was
how many flowers are around each
a
one?
lot,
Yeah,
that's
lot
a
of
lot.
There's so many
Yeah,
flowers.
it would have been very heavy.
Yeah,
It's been heavy, yeah.
definitely.
This one goes on your side, I think.
Where is this?
Encinitas.
Oh,
India night.
Oh, this was India night. Oh, it has Krishna. It has the,
Is that string? So this will go in the center.
Did you see the floating flowers?
Guys, is the pink one in the center now?
Is the pink one in the
Yes.
center?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
These are, they're floating in these.
oh my
Bring
God.
it down like this.
I would love to make one of those
I
and
would
go
love,
like
so
that.
soothing.
Yes.
I did
We
it,
need
I
more.
went home and I did it,
We're running out of
I
white.
made some for my dad.
I think we've only got 2 whites
So
left.
beautiful.
So then we'll just do the colors?
Yeah.
Wow.
Could you share that, Astrid? Can I share it?
In the email?
Is that the
Yeah,
broken
yeah.
one? That's the broken one.
Put more
All right, we have
All
no
right.
more whites. So purple, should we just go into
That's
purple now?
Okay,
It's
purple.
not what I wanted, but
Purple?
it's mother of
Okay.
necessity. So we'll do
I'll
purple.
give it to Annie,
We're
and she
all
can
out of
email it
white.
to everybody.
2 purple And
Each side?
Yes, please.
those are gonna go on the side. So 2 purple and 2 orange?
Yes,
2 purple and 2 orange.
and maybe we can finish it with orange, we might need more in this.
Well, maybe I can share it with the group.
What am I doing? Who needs more experience? Yes, so we're gonna do 2 purple, 2 orange, and maybe more orange, because we have extra oranges over there.
We might as well use them.
Yep.
Let's see, how many carnations?
How many did you buy?
How many did you
Trying to think
buy?
how many I bought. Keep in mind that these were rejects. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's like 5.5 to 6 dozen.
So Annie, do you think that you'll be sending out, because you're so good
I have
at
to
step by
thank
step
you.
and things, kind of steps and picking the flowers, how many you need?
I may need somebody's help.
My daughter is going to
I
come
may
and
need
help
this
on-
person's help for the step by
And he's
step.
going to help on the other side, so we'll do that. Thank you.
I sent it to as many of you are in my
Thank
group.
you,
Bye.
Patty.
Okay. Alpana, I can't tell you how great it has been to have both of our experienced garland makers here.
Don't tell me that.
Yes.
No, you're the,
You have done so many garlands for us through the years, and that adds up to so many mistakes that you can help us with. Because your garlands always look so gorgeous, they look so effortless, like there was never a problem, you know? They come in, those roses are so fresh,
because you're gonna
so
see more
beautiful.
roses, and it's neat to see like, this is-
One of my favorites is,
sounds
I think it was the one you did for Sri Teshwa. It looked like big, either sunflowers or Gerber daisies that
I think
spaced out.
Padma.
Padma or Padmaja?
Maybe Padmaja.
I thought I asked her and she said no, she didn't.
Oh,
That
Like
she thought it was all
Shivali,
kind.
Shivali's done some
Yeah,
massive
maybe.
flower,
Oh,
I don't even know.
that one was like so different.
of science involved.
Oh, yeah.
You need orange.
I have a picture, but I don't wanna stop my video.
Yeah.
I took the picture, I had it on my screen saver for a while.
okay.
How many years have you been doing it, Alpana?
Hmm?
How many years?
30, 40?
Ever since?
Seriously?
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
No, ever since I joined,
You've been
It's
doing
about
it ever
30.
since you joined.
It's about
Almost.
30.
is it? No, less than 30.
No, it's,
Oh, where was our church in West Newton? I
Yeah.
didn't do it then.
Oh, you weren't in
You
West
started
Newton
in
doing
Waltham,
it, but once
I
we
did,
moved,
in Waltham.
and when did we
Waltham.
move into Waltham?
I think we were there 8 years, weren't we?
It was
8 years,
97,
it's
I think,
almost 5 years here.
1997, I think they went to.
Okay, so how many years were we in?
Well, in Newton, I don't know. It was a long time.
Okay, so 8, so about 13.
No, do you remember where in West Newton, West Newton? Where
In the
was
church,
it?
in the big church in the basement.
I know, that I remember.
remember
The
the
other day I
address.
was driving,
Yeah.
Sandy, you might remember.
What's this?
Where in West
West
Newton
Newton
was?
Church that we
Church.
The
were in.
Unitarian Church.
It's on Washington Street.
Yes, on Washington Street.
Washington.
Yeah.
I remember on Thursday nights,
Yeah.
the Sex Anonymous had their same meetings we did, and so once in a while they'd have people come down. All I could think of is we both got out at the same time.
Which meeting were you at?
I do not remember that.
I never knew that.
No
I
hope of
started-
picking up
that's
anyone
where I
here.
started going to West Newton.
I remember someone
started
coming
there.
down and says, "Oh, what is this?" And she says, "I'm looking for the Sex Anonymous." I said, "This is meditation. It might help."
It might help.
Yeah,
Starts with S, but.
might be better.
All I could think of is that we all come out at the same time and people go, "What kind of a group is that?"
Okay,
Okay,
so
let's
we
put
did
it
that
up and
too.
see what we think.
You know, inside.
Let's
See what we
know if
think.
they're
I think
tucked
the
in.
other
have to
way,
be-
I think this on this side, and this on that side, yes.
You got it?
I'll take the needle, sweetie. Oops, no, I won't take the needle.
Oh, we
We'll
gotta
pick
find
it
it.
up in a minute.
Yep.
All right, so this question will be, do we like the drape, or do we want a couple more to drape it
I
a
like
little
it
more?
draped.
I like that.
You might need
Like
one more,
this?
because you're gonna compress. That left-hand side looks like it needs more compressing.
All right, would you think some of the red, a couple red on the side might be nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
let's put 2 more red and we'll keep going on compression.
Okay, let's look.
So 2 red here, Sandy. Somebody else wanna do it?
We have to find
2
the
more on
needle.
that side. We're in the home stretch. Where's the needle?
The
Oh,
needle.
right here.
Where's the needle?
No,
Oh,
the one that fell in the.
Ricochet.
Oh, gosh, you got good eyes.
Ricochet.
All right.
All right,
We
we
need
have
to-
to
What are you
put
gonna
this
do
one.
with those red, Annie?
I'm not sure, they were not the right color though,
Oh.
they're not represented in any of the other flowers, so.
Also, before you leave, if you wanna take flowers from the altar from this week, there are flowers upstairs on the sanctuary, please take them, and there are 2 poinsettias, and they all have to go today, so if you see anything you want.
Which one's the ones?
They're near the organ, I put them off to the side,
Oh.
they're near the
I'm
organ.
playing with poinsettia. I lost mine over Christmas. Somebody picked it up and broke it on me. I had to throw it out early. So I take one of those if nobody minds.
Poinsettias?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are 2 up there.
Yes. Might wanna put the sheet down and, because our flower arrangement from last week is gonna, when people start taking it apart.
That's a good
it's
You
gonna
did a
make-
good
it's gonna
job
make a mess.
resurrecting that for Thursday night.
Oh, well, I
looked
got a
great.
lot of flowers left, somebody left me a lot of flowers.
I did. I left you a
Thank
ton.
you, yeah,
Because I
used-
said,
I used
these
them.
flowers may not make it. I gotta leave her.
No, they really did well, but it just was such a plentiful, such a big arrangement that some were bound, just in order to make
Well, I
it.
came in Wednesday and I pulled some dead ones out. And then
Oh,
I
thank
said, I'm
you.
just gonna leave it alone. Astrid will take care
Oh,
of it.
that's great. That's
But they were
How many people were there? There was like
Thursday?
4 people there?
For
No,
the
I
service?
think with the curtain, it was probably 10 or 11.
I mean, without the, I mean, just in the,
Yeah,
audience, but 4?
I think there might have been more than that, but then
Uh-huh,
some
I
people
think
left.
There were more than 4.
Yeah.
There were more than 4? I thought there was only.
It probably
No,
at the
Thursday
very
there
end
were
ended
more.
up 4.
So I just feel low pressure on Thursdays when I think to myself, oh, how perfect does this look? I try to pretend, I try to make it just as nice for 4.
You do.
Well,
You
that's
always
it.
do such a
I
good
do feel
job.
less, I feel
Yeah,
less,
there is
feel
less pressure.
Definitely.
Right.
I
For some,
agree.
Oh, this one's split. Okay, there's an example. Can you still use it? See how this is split?
Nope, you can still use it
Okay.
because it hasn't fallen completely apart.
It's when they completely disintegrate.
Sharon, I have a question now, looking forward. Now, when we do these tendrils, is it gonna be attached to this, or do we do a separate piece?
I do a separate.
Do a separate piece,
'Cause-
okay.
yeah.
And when we do that, did I remember that the flowers
2,
in
so
that
you want
case go
2?
downward rather than upward? Is that correct? For the tendrils?
Yeah, they do go down.
So they go this way, they don't go this way?
Yep, they go
As
down.
if they're dripping down.
There's a different.
And then, do we need the extra or not? Because I think she said you keep the green,
Yeah, so you need a little bit of extra?
so a little more than that?
Yeah, a little more than
Okay,
that.
so maybe in the
Yeah.
nub, like that.
Yeah, just above that.
All right.
Not. So
So
people
we
wanna.
might as well use all of these. Does anyone wanna fluff these a little bit in preparation for our next?
You have to go.
you wanna cut all these?
Yeah,
All of them?
Oh,
Where?
I'm here till the 17th, then I'm back there, then I'm back
She left
here,
a little bit, okay, she left like this
The
much.
beginning of May.
You left like this much?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
How many do you need?
So,
That's the question. Let's say maybe 20.
No, no.
If we have 20 there.
St. Patrick's Day, St. Patrick's Day. And then I'll be back, the beginning of May till, mid-July. And I'm back.
Where do you stay when you go?
I have an apartment in, Requesa Street.
Nice.
Up above.
So Sharon, what we do with this is, we're just gonna leave it as a fragment, but we have to, put a push pin or something back there, right?
There's a push pin back here.
In the center,
Yep, well,
for here?
no, there isn't, but look at, we're gonna have a, isn't that gonna be nice?
Oh, that's
Does it
beautiful.
look good?
Oh,
Does it-
that's beautiful.
So if 2 more people can bring the other one over, we could see on the tray, we could just see what the total effect is.
It's just that the right looks a little like longer at the white.
Well, I think it needs to be pushed
Yeah.
together.
We haven't perfected it, but I think.
Just to get the idea.
Yeah, just to get the idea.
Wow.
It's
Alright.
beautiful.
So,
I can hold this if you wanna help with them. Sure. I got it.
Now, see how many hands
Imagine trying to do each one.
it helps
takes
and
so
how
much
you
time.
end up with maybe something that you wouldn't have thought of, and then when people
That
put little
Wow,
extras.
Does it
that
look
is
good?
just gorgeous.
Oh,
So
good.
beautiful.
And then what we'll do is we'll have these little these purple ones on the side, come down for little tendrils on the side, a little extra.
That would
All right.
be beautiful.
Oh, Jai Guru.
Beautiful,
Yes,
huh?
Guru.
Ending with the because
I think
it's
it
contrasting with
flight.
Good, and that was serendipity, that was an example of us just figuring that out in the
Can I say
moment.
that?
Do you want to?
All right, so Sharon, do you think this one is done, or somebody should keep working on it?
Well,
Just to make things, yeah. And then we need to get the two pieces on the side, so maybe somebody else can
1:00,
shush
but-
this, and you can just
They're-
guide us
they're
through.
little,
They're
like
right
these
there.
last
You don't have
two.
anything else you
Okay.
have to do?
Yeah,
Well,
so
there
like
is
on the
something
back
else
there, the
that I have to
push
do, I
pins.
should have
I
done.
don't know how long, maybe we make the strand as long as the full frame.
Okay.
Because we won't
Yeah,
use
I
that
don't
much,
know
so
if
we're
I
gonna have to have.
You know what, they usually
Yeah.
just come about here.
Yeah, but that's
Out
what
in
I
the
asked.
picture.
Strategic places.
I don't think they come
No,
down, because you know what?
I thought it was gonna be shorter, I didn't
Yeah,
realize we
no,
hadn't done that far.
it's shorter.
I'm just thinking how long to cut the thread.
Oh.
That's all I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you did,
Yeah,
because I was thinking, they don't.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
So, we're gonna leave extra to tag on the back, right?
Very good at making nice.
It might be a maneuver, okay. And then down here, say here, is that enough or more?
I think we'll save this down here, this is gonna need some zhuzhing.
That's all we're talking about.
Yeah, just that cover extra.
Okay.
Oh, and you, I mean, what do you mean, you want today?
Yeah,
I have to go get my car
Oh,
at the shop,
sure,
yeah,
I can drop you off.
Okay.
Where is it?
just to Lester Terrace, or the shop is in Teal
If
Square.
you guide me, I can drop you off. But are you ready to leave now?
Well, whenever you're ready,
Oh, I'm ready now.
because I want to make sure to get my car and talk to them before. they
Yes,
leave.
sure, definitely.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
yeah,
This
thank
was
you so
fun.
much.
Why, is it over now?
No,
No,
a couple
okay.
people have to
We-
leave.
we're
No,
gonna-
please
I'll have
stay,
to go
please
too.
stay.
I felt like I feel like I'm back in Encinitas.
No,
I didn't know nothing about this, I wanted to get the whole thing.
I can't
Bless
get it. If I didn't have my car to
So
go with
we'll
it,
do
I have to go.
one, and we'll do two. So we'll need to put and this is where those little gold balls come in handy. And you put it like a 2 or 3 at the end. So at the Christmas tree shop, I think,
I can raid my top, my
Maybe
daughter's
Lord,
feeds
yeah,
that I
Lord
have
can-
her out, even though she's 20.
And Michael's is having their
That
big
bike route
sales.
behind your house?
Yes.
It's right on the bike route and it's in David
Christmas tree
Square, I
shop.
just don't have the
Had
address.
the most beautiful
Yeah,
Christmas
so
cards.
they've got a new
And they're
graphic
only
design firm
$5 for the
called
box
Outer
as well.
Space.
Come the day after.
And
they
they haven't even borrowed the
Wow.
furniture
I
yet,
have
but when I
10
get the
boxes of
address, I'll let you know,
Christmas
it's super
cards.
close to where you are.
They are, they were,
Wow.
the sayings were beautiful.
Wow.
The beautiful envelopes.
Thank
you
so much.
I find people not sending cards like these.
Yeah, definitely not, I know.
Oh, I do. I mean,
I send cards throughout the year, but I don't send Christmas cards anymore.
I send them back to people who sent them to me, or if it's something special.
I keep contact with a few people at Christmas.
yeah.
I mean, there are certain people that,
Bye.
forever,
See you
forever.
tomorrow. Huh? Are you coming tomorrow?
Yes,
All of us can
It'll be
remember
fun.
all the things that I forget.
Baby, good luck.
Oh, thanks. No, it's gonna be fine, I just,
Logistics. Thank you.
yeah. My car is in the shop and they had to keep it overnight because they couldn't get the right part.
Thank you, Sharon.
So now they fixed
thank
it.
you. See you tomorrow.
Great.
Yeah,
Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Good to see you all.
Remember.
Doing these,
All right, so let's